Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Becoming the Woman of Your Dreams web series. My name is Shakita Davis, your host for the evening, and I have our special guest, Dr. Shamarah Hitchens. Say hello.
Hey everyone, how are you?
Yes, Dr. Hitchens, tell us where you're tuning in from.
Oh, I am from Cleveland, Ohio. The Big
Oh,
Apple. I was about to say the Big Apple. No, it's the Dust State.
yes, Ohio's in the house. You know, I have a niece who lives in Akron, Ohio. Are you far or close to there? Not at
Like
all.
30, 40 minutes away.
Oh,
That's
okay.
yeah.
Awesome, good. Well, thank you for being on our live tonight. I want to start by introducing you all to Dr. Shamarah Hutchins, who was raised by her maternal grandmother. She is, like she said, in Cleveland, Ohio. She's also tuning in to share with us her story, her background, who she is, how she became the woman of her dreams, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. Miss Dr. Hutchins, I'm going to start with the icebreaker. Is that okay?
That's perfectly fine with me.
Awesome. Please tell us, what is your favorite movie and why?
Oh, that is like so hard. But I am going to say Love Jones. I
Ooh.
love Nia Long. Like she is my favorite actress. She is beautiful. So I'm gonna say Love Jones because I'm like very, very like the ultimate romantic person. So that's it. Love Jones.
Isn't that with Lorenzo Tate?
Yeah, that's with him too.
Yeah. She said we're gonna bypass it. We're talking about Nia Long. Yes, Nia Long. Oh my gosh, she's a phenomenal actress. She's been around for a while, put some great movies out. Well, good. I like Love Jones. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I want you to let us know, who is Dr. Shamarah Hutchins.
Man, I always think about this question. It's just such like a big question. So, well, Dr. Shamarah Hutchins is a psychologist. That's what many of my patients call me. I'm a mom. My kids call me mommy. Um, my athletes call me Dr. SJ. And then,
Okay.
when I speak, I get called Dr. Shamarah Jamise. So, all in all, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a psychologist, I'm a student, I'm an athlete. I'm an overall person who loves to learn and get better with life. So, I would take that. I'm a doggy lover, I guess that too. So,
Really? How many doggies do you have?
I only have one. I'm a
Only
lover, but I
one.
only can take one in my house.
What kind of dog?
It's a Cavapoo. So it's a Cavalier and a Poodle together.
Really? Okay, you got to share pictures.
She sleep over here. I was hoping she came, but
Oh, to come to the camera. Okay,
yeah.
maybe she'll get up later. Okay, awesome. So I did hear athlete. Let us know, what sports do you play?
So I coach basketball, but I played collegiate basketball. So basketball is my first love. Played a little bit of volleyball, ran some track, so I can play anything because I'm an overall total athlete. So you put me in a game and something, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability. So I can absolutely play anything you put me in.
Oh, that's good to know. Look, my daughter. She's in sports. She's in basketball. Love basketball. Now we're in spring, so we're in track and field now.
Mhm.
So she's just showing me all the things that I never done. The only thing I did was baseball, but she's done volleyball, basketball, track and field. Like, girl, you go.
So yeah, I've done every sport. My youngest daughter's in gymnastics, so that's new to me. It's been a year and a half now, so I don't think I'm new to it now, but
Hmm.
I'm a gymnastics mom, so I'm learning all the ins and outs about that.
Okay, good. So, how did you get started in your career to becoming Dr. Hutchins?
Man, it's been a long journey. So I've always knew that I wanted to be a doctor. Watching the Cosby Show, I knew I wanted to be a doctor. Only doctor,
You was part of the Huxtable family.
absolutely. Claire was my mother. She didn't know, but but I always knew I wanted to be a doctor. Always knew I wanted to help people. Just didn't know in what capacity I wanted to help people. But I knew I was going to be a doctor. At the age of 7, I told my mom, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to put you on an island by yourself, and nobody's going to be able to touch you. And I'm gonna heal you. I'm gonna save you. And so I did that journey throughout. I stayed focused, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to medical school. I went to medical school for a couple years, and I found out, no, that's not the type of doctor I wanted to be. I found out the hard way, which was okay. But then I got into the field of psychology, And so I went back to school and I started to get my PhD. And then that's where I fell in love and it just came natural. And I finished and became a doctor. So I became a doctor of psychology and not a medical doctor, but I work with doctors all day. So
When you say you learned the hard way, was that due to trial and error?
absolutely. I went to school and I got that big old bill and I had to, chalk it up like, yeah, all right, let's go find something else.
Definitely understand. I am trial and error queen. It's like we go see if it works. If it don't work, move on to the next. But that's good. I'm glad you found your way and then find out what field that you wanted to go into. And I'm sure your athletes. What age group are your athletes that
Oh,
you work with?
so I work with athletes from the ages of 8 all the way up to adulthood. And and I've always worked with ages 8 to adulthood because I believe that having a variety helps you not get so bored. Adults stick to their schedules. Kids,
Mhm.
are kids, so you don't know what's going to happen. They're willing to learn, so I like to do all perspectives and broad ranges.
Okay, awesome. And do you go out to schools? Do you have a clinic? How does that work?
So I do have Serene Counseling and Wellness. That is my organization. And from there, we do have an office, but I do virtual. I do in person. I go to schools or I'll go to organizations. If I'm dealing with athletes, then I'll go to their sporting place where they practice or even if they have games. If I'm just doing regular counseling, they can do virtual or they can come to my office. I like to make sure that it's person centered. So wherever I can meet the person at where they're at, then that's what I would do. So,
Okay, good. That's awesome. So I'm going to go into the next question. This next question coming up is an answer that, of course, I already know, but we can't wait to hear your answer for any type of future events. So, have you attended a WWVP event before?
I have not. I start following you all on social media and I was like, "Oh my god, this is just like women with, vision and purpose. This is absolutely everything that I love about it." So I have not, but I am planning on coming to Jamaica. So,
Yes!
yes, I did.
Awesome.
Yes, I did get a quote. I'm trying to see if my baby sister will come with me. If not,
Okay.
it will be my solo trip with myself.
Hey,
But
that's fine. That is I'm happy to hear that. Yes. WWP has been around since 2017. We started in my mother's living room actually with a group of women, and it just kind of flourished into networking, entrepreneurial mindset, goal setting. So that's what we do here. And of course, you also have the chance to where you are featured in our Women in Business magazine that's coming out next Friday on the 24th that I cannot wait to share with everyone. That will be released at our Mimosa and Brunch event that's happening Saturday, March 25th. So definitely, I'm so excited you're coming to Jamaica. I
yeah.
gotta get what my Yolanda, I'm calling you out. You didn't tell me that Dr. Hutchins asked for a quote. So I'm super excited about that. Yes, Yolanda is awesome. She's been planning our trips for this is our third trip that she has planned for us. So she does a phenomenal job. You're in good hands.
I can't wait.
Yes.
Them
So I'm gonna
pictures,
go. Oh,
them
go ahead.
them pictures look amazing. So I'm like, yeah, this is about my cup of tea.
Yes, and we have plenty of fun. Okay, and what happens in Jamaica stays in Jamaica.
My
I was
husband didn't hear that.
I'm
No.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yes. So, Dr. Hitchens, when did you realize you were becoming the woman of your dreams?
Man, when I woke up and I loved myself physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
Mm.
So waking up,
Break that down.
yes.
Let
So,
us know what does that mean. What does that look like on a day to day basis?
so being a psychologist, obviously you're helping everyone else, right? But me being a psychologist, I need to make sure that I'm okay. I'm good to go in every aspect of my life. Emotionally, meaning that I can understand my emotions, be able to speak my emotions, be able to, you know, work through my emotions, just like I tell everyone else. I mean, we're all human. So
Right.
if I can do that and be okay, communication, all the above, that's all in emotions. Physically, being okay with my image, who I am, what I look like, how people see me. If
Yeah.
I'm gonna work out or if I'm not gonna work out, I'm gonna be okay with it. If
Right.
I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna eat. If I'm not gonna eat, I'm not gonna eat. Like
You
I'm
know,
okay with it. And
being bothered and unbothered, right?
exactly. And then spiritually, making sure my foundation is solid, making sure that, I believe in God. So making sure He is the forefront of my life, making sure that, anything and everything I do, I make sure that He's a part of it and not being afraid to tell people who I believe in.
Mm-hmm.
So me being an overall person and waking up each morning knowing that I'm okay with myself, that's how I knew and I realized I was becoming the woman that I dreamed about, the woman that I envisioned, the woman that, people see and want to be like. So
Absolutely. There's this, I'll kind of say quote or question mark that I've questioned that I filtered around with myself over the years. It's like, I know I love myself, but do I like myself? And I had to go through that in isolation, kind of block out everyone and really get to know myself and know what I like to do. Can you explain to us that journey, how when you start developing the things that you like and the things that you kind of nurtured to help you become to have better habits, just to make sure that you was whole within self?
man, yes. So it always start off with my values. So that was the foundation of what did I value the most. And within those values, I found out like, am I living by those every single day? So when I say am I living by it every single day, meaning that I value integrity, I value selflessness, and I value, you know, being calm, collective, and giving back. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I looked at those three things within myself, I said I need that around me too. So I value or I evaluated the people around me.
Absolutely, you have to.
So every year in January, I do a self evaluation of everyone that's in my closest circle. Now we
Mm-hmm.
might still talk, but are you going to be in that closest circle? You know, this year coming up.
Absolutely.
And so that's how I stay be realizing that I'm becoming the one of my dreams because every step of the way, I'm okay with the people in my circle. I'm okay with myself. I'm okay with the decisions that I'm making because my values are always in the forefront. So I always stick to knowing my values, which leads to me going into, being okay. You see my kids in the background. I tell them to go the other way.
It's okay.
but, but yeah, so that's what leads me. So my values guide me. And so then after my values, then it's a piece of cake there because I'll be waking up every morning knowing that I'm on the right track because everything that I believe in is in the forefront. So
That sounds like alignment to me. Like you making sure that you're staying aligned in your purpose with God, in your vision. And you know what? Some people just don't make the list. Like I'm sure there's people from 2022 that didn't make it into your life for 2023.
they might still be in there, but they don't realize where they at.
That
Like it's levels to this. It's
absolutely.
levels. They be like, oh, she used to text me and call me every day. Oh, she don't text and call me every day. Yeah.
You know what, and that happens because you grow, life changes, things happen. You kind of realize when you really get serious about goals and where you trying to be and protect your space at all costs, everybody just can't be there with you.
That's true.
Absolutely. Good. Well, thank you for sharing that. So we are going to go over to who or what has inspired you over the years. What has kept your momentum, kept you going? And I know family and your children is a big priority as well.
I would say my grandmother, just
Mm-hmm.
because like her selflessness, giving up everything. I mean, she gave up everything to make sure that we were taken care of. And so I always told myself when I got to a point in life, I was going to do everything in my power that I could do to give her everything before she left this earth. So anything that she asked for, I had to give it to her. Or
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in my mind, I had to give it to her. I really don't, but
Right.
I do. So in my mind, when I was thinking about that, I said, working a 9 to 5 is not going to let me be able to give her everything that she needs.
Mm-hmm.
And so entrepreneurship came up. And once you get a taste of entrepreneurship, it's the time freedom.
Don't get me started. Look, see, I got the fan here.
So
Woo.
you can't, you certain things you can get back. You can get money back. You can meet new people, but you can't get your time back.
You
And
can.
so what inspired me over the years is just being able to have time to be there with her whenever she needed it. For me to be able to drop everything. I don't care what it is. You
Mm-hmm.
tell me if I'm at the hospital where I work part-time and they call me and tell me my grandmother went to the hospital, I'm dropping everything. I don't care.
She said, "Deuces."
Bye. But they know that too. they
Hey.
they know that, like, no, it is. And so she inspired me, not only just being able to provide her everything, but it's the simple fact she never gave up. And I'm like, if my grandmother never gives up, I ain't never giving up either. Ain't no way. Because I can hear in my mind saying, you better keep going. I don't know what you think you're doing.
That's
So
right.
she is my number one, like my number one person who inspired me to just keep going. Like she kept going. My grandfather died when I was young, when I was like 6, and she just kept going. My uncle passed, her only son. Like she just kept going. I'm just like, oh my goodness, nothing breaks this lady. Like
Wow.
I need that.
Wow. She sounds like Superwoman.
Yes.
Oh no, that is amazing. That is amazing. And so just to pick it off through that question, I know you have seen your grandmother endure some hard times. And have you ever got to a point to where adversity happened in your life? What was the one thing that you heard from her, maybe in your voice, that besides, don't give up, but did you ever think like, what would grandma do? Was that most of your scenarios kind of when adversity happened? How did you handle that?
So for me, adversity, I always feel like adversity is like a test. A test of, are you gonna quit or are you gonna keep going?
Mm,
And so for me, it's not like me hearing my grandma's voice. For me, it's like, what else do you have? Like you like, don't put nothing else on the table. So if you don't have anything else on the table, you only can go one way, and that means get over this hurdle.
hmm.
Why? Because you got another hurt, whatever that hurdle is, get over it because you have nothing else to go back to. So
That's
never
right.
have a safety net. So if you never have a safety net, the only thing you can do is go forward.
It's go absolutely, absolutely. What would you say to, honestly? I like what you said right there. What would you say to that woman who is in transition to stay where she is or become the woman of her dreams in the entrepreneur world? What would you tell her right now that's having self doubt, that's having possible confusion, may not have a support system right now? What would you tell that woman today?
Would you like to stay in self doubt, confusion, not having confidence? Or would you, rather jump over to the other side and it potentially can give you confidence, potentially can give you that circle of people that's going to support you, potentially can be the answer to all your questions and your dreams. So sometimes that pinch of faith, you got to have
Mm-hmm.
what, a mustard seed of faith. You have to sometimes step out, and sometimes, when it's hard to step out, you need that push. So pretend somebody pushing you
That's
in your
right.
back to say, go across that, go across that line. You can do it. Don't
Yeah,
no. We can always
absolutely.
have self doubt. Just jump across that line to see what's gonna happen.
And you know what I say also, that it hurts either way. It hurts to stay the same, and it hurts you're being stretched or pulled when you're moving forward as well. So I'm super excited about this next question because I have been seeing your Facebook pop, 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 pop like popcorn. So please let us know what is going on. What are your future plans and events that are happening?
Man, there is so much going on with the Serene Athlete. I have partnerships with, different organizations to bring mental health coaching to athletes, whether it's partnerships in New Jersey, partnerships in Cleveland, working a little bit with Brown Girls Do Gymnastics just to do some
Wow.
webinars. I'm speaking at what we call the Power Brand. It is big for entrepreneurs in Cleveland, Ohio. Anybody can come, so just come on to Cleveland and get your and get everything you need when it comes to entrepreneurship. But then in the fall, I'm working on a mental health summit. So
Oh, that's
I'm a
nice.
big believer in self care. Every Friday, I do some type of self care. I don't care what it is because that's my day, Friday and Sunday. So I'm a big believer in self care. And many people don't take time to do just 2 minutes of self care. I say just take 5 minutes off the day to do nothing. That's considered
Right.
self
And
care.
that's okay. I had to be okay with that. Because I always felt like I had to be doing something. I have to be doing this. I have to be doing that. But I was like, you know what? Doing something and sitting in silence is golden. You need that stillness sometimes. That
Yeah,
is amazing. You have a lot going on. I am super proud. I'm so glad that we connected. You know what? I tell individuals social media has been my best friend, honestly. I have met some amazing individuals as far as connecting with business and just growing. And it gets better. So I really appreciate that you take your time out to be on our platform this evening. I do want you to let others know how can they contact you or get connected with you.
absolutely. So I am known as the Mindologist on social media. On all social media platforms, you can find me there. That is the Mindologist. Instagram. You can also uh, see me at on www.serenecounselingandwellness.com. And mostly you can get me on social media. So I'm always on there posting something.
Yes, that's awesome. Tell us the website again and the Instagram.
Yes. So Instagram is the Mindologist. TheMindologist.
Just in case someone didn't understand.
Right. And then my website is serenecounselingandwellness.com.
Yes, awesome. That is amazing. Thank you for just taking a short period of your evening to hang out with us. We are definitely going to recap this so individuals can see what Dr. Hutchins has going on. She is doing phenomenal work in her community. I'm super proud to be connected with you. Also, I'm glad that you are coming with us to Jamaica. I don't make sure your husband don't hear that quote what I said, okay?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes, but no, we're gonna have an amazing time, and I also can't wait for your feature in our magazine as well. And if anyone has any questions on how to reach Dr. Hitchens, you can always access as well. You can visit us online at www.online.com. Follow us on Instagram at www. I'm sorry, it's underscore www underscore, and then we're on Facebook as well. Women with Vision and Purpose. That will conclude our segment for this evening. That went by super quick.
It
It
did.
went by super quick. So I'm just happy that you had time to speak with us to give us your background. And if you have any last comments that you want to share, you're more than welcome to.
Everybody come to Jamaica so I can meet everybody. Just hop on and come on.
That's right.
You only live
Girls
once.
girls trip, solo trip, family trip, single trip, whatever you want. Just get to Jamaica with us where we can have a blast and enjoy the gift that God has given us, okay?
Yes.
Yes. So everyone have a good night. Make sure you all follow us on YouTube as well at becoming underscore WWVP. Have a great night and we'll see you on our next segment.
Awesome. Have a great night.